Hello? Okay, there we go. Finally, it's been a while again. I keep doing this. I had a plan schedule last time, like as in this week, but I just didn't post it because I had a lot of unconfirmed things that didn't get confirmed up until to the last minute, and by the time all of the things have been confirmed, it was already halfway through the week, and I was just like, what's the point of posting a schedule? And doing it, and in doing so, it kind of just like fucked up my rhythm. And basically, what my brain just said, since we don't have a schedule, nobody knows that we're planning to stream anyway. So why are we gonna why would we stream? And so nothing happened last week, basically. Except this, and because I didn't get to stream, I got to finish this instead. So, not that bad, I suppose. But anyways, welcome everyone, anyone who came. This is exactly what it is. I'll just fucking talk about this thing that I just made, which is a short animation off of the Luxiem horror AU that Mr. talked about at his tier list stream. If you know, you know. If you don't, go to my Twitter account and you'll see my post there. And under that post is the stream and the link to the shit that I just made. But basically, what we're gonna do, for a more specific type of thing, is like I'm gonna play the video right here, right now, and I'm just gonna pause every time I have something to say about it. I was planning to show like some Photoshop stuff too, as in like the files, just in case I need to go a bit more in depth to say, yeah, to like get my point across. But I'm not sure if my laptop will be sitting good with that, so we'll see. We'll see. I also kind of wanted to like bring up the After Effects file, but we all know that's not gonna end up well for me. But maybe the Premiere file. If the Photoshop file loads, I think I have faith that the Premiere one will as well. But no promises, because this is honestly very unscripted. So who knows? Anyway, I should stop wasting time. And if I'm a bit slow today, it's because I can't get my other monitor to open. So basically, I'm just operating on one monitor with like 500 different things open. Basically, OBS, and then there's a Streamlabs window, and then there's the stream information window, and then there's the VLC window. Bunch of stuff. Anyway, okay, we'll start. So, how about a bit of pre-context beforehand? So, I made this, like, I started thinking of making this when, yeah, basically when I watched Mr.'s fucking stream, and he was just like, and his idea, like I think I showed the screenshot here. Wait, let me just fast forward from the disclaimer a bit. Okay, there. I put a screenshot. Yeah, it's basically this one where he just like puts the Luxiem boys and what trope they would fit in the horror movie AU. And then he goes off a bit of a tangent where he says like, okay, imagine if I was directing this, and I don't know, I just got captivated, and then he went on with a whole scenario and shit. And I was just like, damn, that sounds good. If like wouldn't that be nice if someone made an animatic of it? And like a bunch of people besides me actually did. I didn't look at them so that like my brain doesn't subconsciously take shit from them. I wanted to be like as original as I could. But at that time that I started putting my head into like, all right, we should do this, is I was working on a final project for my animation class. So like I wasn't really the freest person back then, but I really wanted to start on it. So what I did, basically, is like I wrote out a script every time before I went to bed. Or wait, was it? I'm in bed, but I'm not sleeping. Usually from like 1 to 3 a.m. until I fall asleep, and then just continue from where I left off until I finished it. So I have an outline in my head. It's just basically rough dialogue and like if I had any specific shots I want in my brain, I would put it. But like if not, I would just be like a brief description of what would be going on. So like I finished that, and then the project for my animation classes were done. I was just like, heck yeah, we can finally start on this shit. And then, which was coincidentally just like by the end of my break. Yeah, we had like a mini break in between. And okay, I started with. Okay, I think I can bring this up. Hold on. I started with besides the script already existing, the first visuals were references, like character references of like how I want the boys to be depicted in my style. Because prior to this, the only Luxiem boys that I've drawn before was Vox and Ike, because I love them very much. Hold on. Let me bring it up, okay? Let me bring it up. Hello, please let me browse. Okay. Because like I feel like I wouldn't be able to make a consistent sort of thing if I just based off of their models constantly. So I had to see what the fuck they looked like in my art style, and then I would base it off of that. And so, where is it? Okay, here. Sorry, there's a lot of shit in here. Okay, there we go. Bam. Oh, that's big. Bruh. Oh. Sorry, Kitsu. That is not my name. He's fine. Hello, welcome. Okay, I'm bringing this up. Okay, this is the reference thing that I... go down under me. Yeah, there. This is the rough reference I made. And as you can see, if you, like, look closely, I didn't one by one copied their designs. Vox is without his suit and Haori, which is in a nutshell, it's basically them but casual. And I watered down some of their details, which is very painful for me because you know I fucking love details, but I also know as an animation student that I don't want to fucking kill my wrist with that amount of detail. And if I wanted dynamicism in the shit, that would not be wise, as I've learned many times before, and I stubbornly do. I couldn't let go of some of the things, so a lot of things stayed, which later on you'll see there's a lot of discrepancies happening that is probably only just privy to me because I know, but like once I point it out, I'm pretty sure y'all will like be unable to unsee as well. So wait, I just keep moving it around, sorry. So yeah, Vox is basically I've just removed his suit and his Haori and then pulled it up to 3/4 because I'm a slut. Anyway, and then Lucas is without his fur coat and his white suit. I wanted to keep the tattoo, but like I could only keep it in some of the frames, like specifically on like close-ups. So when he's too far away, I opted not to like draw it. I don't know why. I felt like it was just you know when some things are far away, it feels very cramped. You want to get the figure right. So, and I think I didn't put the necklace a lot of the time. Ike. No, one thing I really hate myself for is I opted not to give him fishnets, which is very unfortunate for something that you guys will find out later on. Basically, it's just him without his fancy thing. And, the glasses, the suspenders. Yeah, I removed his belt thingies as well, but I retained the way his pants were cut, because, you know. For Mista, it's just him, how he normally presents himself. I know Mista doesn't put on the coat as much anymore, and minus the glasses as well. I opted to take the hat, because it's very Mista of him. The choker still there. And shit, I actually had the hardest time making Mista the most consistent, because like I had trouble figuring out his hair, or rather like incorporating how his hairstyle canonically is visually with the way I draw hair like those. And then there's Shu. That is the only one that's very. He's the only one that strayed really far away from his OG design, because all of them. This is all technically their canon designs with some of the layers turned off. But Shu, I don't know. It would feel off if I. First of all, it would feel off if I retained his stuff, like his normal sorcerer outfit. And second of all, have you seen his outfit? It would be the point of watering down everyone else's just for Shu. And third of all, because I believe in Shu crop top supremacy. Thank you, Vox's Sim streams for that. I opted to go that route. So yes, he is wearing joggers and a fucking crop top hoodie, which I genuinely wish I had and can wear. God. But yeah, I think it fits him. Like, feel free to like throw criticism at me, but like I will not accept it. On Shu Yumito's outfit that I chose for, but like on anything else, maybe. Okay, so we're done with that. Yes, please. Okay, we're now we move. With that out of the way, I think we can move forward. I don't think I'm forgetting something. Wait, let me. Yeah, I don't think so. So like, I'll just let it play through the disclaimer and shit. I don't know if I turned on the audio routing because I did. Okay. Wait. Okay, the sound is on, but like the volume is not where I want it to be. Now I remember something. I really intended this to be silent. Wait, no, that's wrong. I intended to give this sound design, but not to the point, not to the caliber of what I did in the final product. I just wanted sounds, but like, as I was editing, I was just like really getting into it. So like, a little bit of, I'll be providing a bit of insight onto the foley as well, which I personally have no high quality experience with because I did work on film and directing and editing stuff, mostly because if someone takes me for one of those, I'm like an all-in-one package that if you want me for directing, I'm the one editing that. And if people want me to edit, I don't like editing stuff that are unorganized, so I end up doing the directing as well. And because I'm doing the editing, I usually do the audio as well because no one else does that for some fucking reason. Jesus Christ. Okay, so yeah, I had very minor knowledge on it beforehand, as in like hands-on knowledge, but I was interested in it like even before then. So I was like watching videos and like observing how sounds play into animation ish. But since the pandemic happened and I wasn't able to get any film or like recording thingy-majigs for a really long time, and in that period of time, that's when I like started observing instead of just tinkering around with the editing software. And I guess it showed here that I was able to apply a lot of the shit I was just observing. I'm turning up the volume. Please let me for the video, not for my mic. I'm turning up the volume. Please let me know if it's too loud or too quiet because there. I didn't say it in the description, but I did put a lot of care into this. That to the point that if you actually listen very closely, even without my direction, I'm just saying, if you listen very closely, there are characteristic sounds that is acquainted with each character that even without the visuals you'll be able to tell who's making that sound without voiceover. And I think that's really pog of me. I was just like, what fucking big 5-head I did last Thursday to be able to pull that shit off. I don't know. I surprise myself sometimes, which is nice. So okay, let's start properly this time, okay? Okay, whoop. Okay. Okay, starting with that shot. Uh, let's start with the visuals first. I hate backgrounds with a dying passion. I used to be very decent at it. Very decent? Somewhat decent for my skill level at back then. And was more open to doing more backgrounds. I don't know why I suddenly started hating doing backgrounds when back then when I was starting to take art more seriously. I was open to learning all kinds of stuff properly, including backgrounds, and I was very good at it for my age. I don't know what happened. I just suddenly not like doing it. So when I started doing this in the script, I was kind of dumb for like doing the script and not considering my feelings on how I would draw certain things. I think the way I wrote the script is the way how I usually write scripts for film. So my head was doing like, oh, I would shoot grass, not draw grass in this perspective and shit. So I was just like, when I was started doing this, I literally said in my head, who wrote this? And then I stopped myself because I wrote this. And I was just like, oh, I really did not want to change or like deviate as much. Very bold words, by the way, as you will find out later. So I opted to do what I like doing best, is like the storyboarding type backgrounds, which is very sketchy and like more based on the like how do you say this? Putting the silhouette out instead of fine lines in sketching. As you can see, this will contrast later. I only managed to do this type of thing for the ones with background heavy stuff. Which is just this and the following shot, basically. Because every indoor shot after this is drawn in the line style. Okay, and there it is. Yeah, this is actually... Oh, fuck. Oh, I accidentally... Bruh. Wait. Yo. Sorry about that. So basically... Okay, let me just... Ah! This is a very big canvas that I was kind of disappointed it ended up this way. I don't know what I was expecting. I knew I drew the canvas big so it can pan down and like give space just in case it needed to zoom in or out of something. But I wasn't able to fully incorporate that. This is a very tight shot compared to how big the actual canvas is. Actually, okay, here is where we start pulling up the PS, and I just realized I can't see the chat because I have one monitor open. Fucking hell. Okay. Okay, let me pull Photoshop. I forgot what scene this is. Honestly, this should be scene 2. Which another funny thing, kind of off topic, but still not really. This should be named shots based on like how they're named, but I think up until the 4th shot, I just realized I named it scene, which is different from a shot. By the way, this should have fewer scenes and more shots, but because I already started naming it scene, and renaming it would fuck up After Effects' detecting systems, and I did not want that. I just went with it. So, like, a fun fact, this had 19 scenes. Basically, 19 PSD files. Shots, rather, because... Oh, fuck yeah, I named them scenes. Anyway, let me just find it and show you guys how big it is. Oh my god, I fear for my CPU. I did not have I did not save PNG versions of this beforehand, which I should have. I do remember some of these being heavy files because of course I need to layer them to be able to move them in After Effects. Yes, big boy. Okay. Let me just bring it up on OBS, okay? Oh god, I was planning to make this a brief stream, but I guess we're not doing that. And I should have expected that, considering me. Yeah, window. Let me just Photoshop. Yeah, boy. Okay. Ah, why does it always do this? Okay. Let me pull it up here. Uh, Also, number two mistake. I did not bring water with me. Oop. And yeah, okay. So that's how big the real thing is. That's why I was able to pan from like the really quick pan from the top to like from top to like like that. Uh, as I said, I'm not too fond of backgrounds, but as I figured, this is the best way to do it fast and without like pissing myself off. So wait, let me just rain. Okay, this is what it looks like. Now that you stare at it for a long time, it's not as nice or like as properly drawn in the correct perspective, but it is what it is. This isn't particularly inspired from anything. I just shit-headed drawn this from my imagination. Yeah, I think it's supposed to give off the vibe of being abandoned with the overgrown shit. I should have probably drawn a bit more cracks and a bit of texturing, but I genuinely couldn't be bothered. God. Which is, I guess it's in here, and the broken gate, maybe. But yeah, I really like the composition here. I think, fuck, where's Luxiem? I think I could have done this better, but again, I couldn't be bothered. I said, I had this thing in my mind while working on this throughout the whole thing, that if I worked on something a little bit too much, like I had this. Not it's a knot set, but like a body clock of sorts that if I spend too much time on one of the frames, it would like go off and tell me you've spent too much time on this thing, time to move on. And I would just be like, okay. Which is something that I should have done a long time ago and applied to my other stuff. But yeah. It is what it is. I don't think it was shown a lot on the shot, but this moved like from like that a little bit. Oh shit. And then there's the lightning. I was planning to make this whole a bit more dynamic with minor puppeting. This one would be like moving, squiggling a little bit, which I think I did. I don't remember. Because like this was moving and then I remember yeah, look at Luca. This is Luca, right? I had 3 hair layers for him, so it would be like being swept away by the wind, but I don't know, it felt too clunky for me, so I just let it stay as it is. Yeah, also my mistake, I didn't storyboard for this, which is something I'll be doing for the next part, I think. If I feel like it. When storyboarding, I usually like doing it on paper instead of digitally. Because I don't know, my storyboarding process is fast, and I don't think my the way I work on digitally can keep up with that. So yeah. Okay. We can close that for a little bit and go back to the video. I'll talk about the. Oh wait. Okay, I was thinking of talking about the audio after, or should I talk about everything shot by shot? Okay. Yeah, I'll talk everything by shot. So there's nothing really wowie for the sounds here. It's just rain. If you listen to it from here. Yeah, it's that part was just rain and 3 layers of feet squeaking on mud, because you know they're running and there's more than one person, and I had to just like zigzag, not zigzag, like stack it together, but like not on time, because they can't be running perfectly at the same time. you know. But yeah, it's basically just 3 I felt like completing the 5 sets of footsteps was a little too much, and like 3 was sufficient enough, and no one's gonna nitpick on that except me anyway. So like, yeah. Here on this part, there will be like the rain effects. I rose it a bit higher, and then I introduced wind howling sounds, and then there's thunder. Yeah, that timed with that blink. I just realized that I timed that. I don't remember doing that. Yeah. Okay, from here on until like 20 seconds later, it's just wind and rain and more thunder sounds, I think. Yeah, okay, so the tree, okay, yeah, I fucking forgot my cursor can't be seen. But yeah, the trees on the side should be moving as well with the hair. But like, I decided against it because like, I think the way I drew it was clunky. In this type of, the way I drew the backgrounds, it's hard to make the animation smoother. Which I guess in the first place was my plan was to make it static because it's a background. But I don't know. Yeah. Again here, I had to reanimate this twice. The first time was like this little people here were supposed to be on one layer. And then I separated them on like the final phase of the thing when I started doing the squish animation. Because like doing the squish animation on all 5 of them on one layer looked kind of weird. So I had to separate them manually again. To like signify who was talking like that. Okay, so like, yeah, it signifies who talks. And it should be obvious based on who's talking and what the subs is at the bottom, but like, if you don't know, we'll start from right to left. The one in the window is Shu. The one on the pavement thingy is Vox. The one leaning over the glass is Luca, and the one semi-kneeling is Mista, and then the one and then on the last side is Ike, the one that who looks like he's face palming. Yeah, that's him. Okay. Okay, here. Ah, yes, my favorite part. The one that started it all. I fucking shared this segment to everyone I knew once I started doing it because it's so funny. I accidentally, it wasn't the intention, but like once I set it in motion, it looked like I animated Mista like a Looney Tunes character. Like if I put the Looney Tunes sound effect, like the Roadrunner thingy over this segment, it would look like he's a Looney Tunes character, I swear to God. This is also incidentally the first time I used smear frames. Cause like, honest to God, I still don't know how, I don't understand how it works. They never taught us in animation classes still. I had to figure that out myself and look for references as to like how it should smear. I hate that my classes didn't teach that. I specifically took classes to learn about things that I can't learn normally. What is this bullshit? Anyway, okay. I don't know if I could do frame by frame backing. Oh no, I cannot. Sad. Okay. Anyway, okay. Let's do that again. I think this one has like 5 to 8 frames. Yeah. And then a camera shake and motion blur at the end to show that like impact. I can open the Photoshop file. Wait, let me just find out what fucking file that is. Okay, I found it. Alright. Man, big file once more. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, there's this white line that indicated for me how close it would be and like leave room again for things. Okay, let me just turn that off because that's distracting me, honestly. Okay, so there's 9 frames. There we go. 10 if you consider this. I don't know why. I think this is like if I draw something when everything's done and then I add something, but I don't want to fuck up the numbering, I just add a 0.5. Yeah, basically. It's layered for like the line art and the base. So this, 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 this. Yeah, this one's the smear frame. This. Yeah, see, the reason why smear frames confuse me so much is as they really just look like fucking scribbles, and my brain refuses to register it as just that. Okay, and like a secondary action for the hat, you know, and then yeah, and then the camera shake on After Effects. Um, I remembered something that I forgot to mention earlier is that my choice to make this in black and white. There's several reasons for that. One is I think it would take too much time. You people who know me, who know how I draw, I fucking love colors. I when I'm lazy, I bring illustrations to life with colors and character design. I love matching palettes. So personally, I think it comes as a surprise to me that I chose to do this in monochrome. I don't know if it comes to a surprise to any of you, but I ended up liking it. I thought I would have some disdain or some regret that this wasn't in color. But surprisingly no, because it fits the theme as well. Cause it's horror. That didn't even cross my mind. It just fits because it's horror, so it gave off this noir vibe. Oops. Hold on. ちょっと待って. Fucking hell. Wait a fucking minute. My OBS disappeared. Fuck. Hold on. Bro, my OBS disappeared on me. Hold on. Okay, there. Fucking hell. Oops. Huh. Gee. I wonder what that is. Okay, I think my monitor's doing something wacky. Let me just unplug it. I told you guys, it's not working. Okay, how about now? Oh, I'm looking at the screen, it looks so whack. Okay. Is it back? Okay, the VLC one is not. Okay, here. This is so confusing. I'm not used to this. Okay. Where was I? There. Yeah, I chose it. It unsurprisingly worked well. And I guess even if it wasn't monochrome, I think I was still able to use my knowledge in lighting and mixing that with composition to create really nice the to create wait words to form this atmosphere of sorts that so that it didn't bother me as much that it was in black and white, but it did fuck me up quite a bit because I am used to drawing in color. So while I was working on other things in between this, my color theory brain is just like lagging because it's been so used to drawing in black and white and grays for so long that I was just like, whoa, colors, I can see again. But yeah, okay, I'm closing this to save fucking CPU. And moving on again here. For the audio, what did I do with the audio here? Ah, yes. So like it's loud rain and wind and thunder, right? Once the thing does that, yeah. There. You hear it? It's like once the door opens, I changed the EQ a bit to make the rain and the wind muffled. I didn't remove it completely because the door is still open. It may be dampened by the fact that they're inside, but the door is still open, so you could obviously hear it. Like there. And then the added sound effect. Some clothing foley. Yeah. Did you know that I planned this whole thing to be just animated like this? Like, just random things in animation while everyone else in the background is kind of static, which is still the case for some of the later scenes. I think it's very obvious that the way I viewed how to make this changed over time, as well as like me learning new things across. I would honestly, honest to God, if I had the constant energy and like willpower to do this every single time, I would go back on some of these and like redo it. But since the way I am is just the way I am, I'm actually quite content with how this turned out, and I think a lot of you also like it that way, considering how much attention and love you've given the thing over the past day. It's just astounding. But yeah, this one, I think it's one of my favorite shots. It's just, I think I was able to portray an array of characteristics here. So it's just like, oh wait, that blur. Yeah, that blurred a bit because there's blur in here. I did a blur flickering, shaky cam kind of thing when Mista raised his head up. Like, oh, I've never done that before as well. Like, animate someone from a different, a really far angle from a really far other one. Because, like, he raised his head from the bottom down, like there. Yeah, right? So it starts bottom, and then you'll see... Oh, God. Okay, let me get the Photoshop file again. Damn it, VLC. Why are you like this? I think I could fix that in the settings, but honestly, I don't know. Okay. Let me just bring up the canvas. Hee hee. Okay, there we go. So there's, yeah, I'm just realizing that there's an average of 9 frames for this. So yeah, it starts from the down, and then the semi. Okay, God, you're gonna see how jank this is. God, that I'm not very good at face angles. This one, he looks like the fucking knife cat in here, and then this one. So it's just like it's I principles of animation. Let's go. It's is it? Oh, wait, fuck! I already forgot. It's a mix of squash and stretch, but also like delete. I forgot there's a proper term for this. It's like the action that you do before portraying a really strong action. It's like the action before the action, which is like you see how he goes from a really low part and then he raises his head really up, and then before he settles for a mid, before the face angle settles for the middle, and then settling down again before, yeah, that. God, I'm so bad at remembering terms. I'm sorry. I would look it up, but like opening Chrome, I feel would just end stream right now. So yeah. It's like okay, so this is how they explained it in animation class. Is when you do a punch, you don't just like punch from where you are and then you just push forward. God, I'm doing gestures. I know no one's seeing this, but like, yeah, when you do a punch, you pull your arm and your hand backward before you punch real hard forward, right? Basically, it's like that. I don't know why I'm explaining this. This is not really this isn't really an animation class or anything. It's like, yeah. I think the reason why I don't remember terminologies is basically I just watched things and then I was just like, ooh, that thing, doing that thing makes impact. I note down, I put in my drawing. Yeah. But I vaguely remember learning about it, but because maybe I wasn't listening or maybe it wasn't discussed thoroughly, I forgot the proper term for it. Anyway, so there's that. If you look at how the characters are here, so Mista is like being the silly little fox he is. Ike is putting up his glasses, and the shoe is just like in the corner looking. Luca is pogging, and Vox is slightly unamused. And yeah, you get the grasp of their character here. And I had a comment from a friend who doesn't watch VTubers that they got a sense of character from all of these people without even knowing them, and that warms my heart because I've done a great job. If that's what if they meant what they meant. This is also a double-sided. I put some meaning in this in here. You see how everyone's eyes is in view here, all except one person. And spoiler alert, if you went past by the screenshot that I did, screenshot of Mista's stream, or if you haven't watched his that part of his stream, Ike is the killer here. He's the sussy boy. So I feel, I don't know why. I think I've observed this in something that I've watched before, but like my brain just told me it made sense to not show the eyes of the sussy person, which is, yeah, Ike. I think there's only I think I only did it once where I showed his eyes. And that's because not showing his eyes. No, I did it twice. We'll see. Anyway, moving forward. Yeah, a little bit of footsteps for the audio because they're supposed to be moving and they're not. I don't show them walking, but I did try to like zoom them in because they're coming in. Maybe doing that implied a bit that they're walking in. I hope it did. And this one is they scatter a bit instead of doing the Avengers pose. Lucas is still pugging there. Shu's just looking. Yeah, Luca pretty pog if you ask me. Oh, I like that little squish. I wasn't planning that at first, but everything looked a bit too stale at the start. Like at the first half of this. Because everything just started getting actually frame by frame animated on the second half. You'll see what I mean. I'll rewatch it for you guys and point out exactly where it all like started moving, for lack of a better word. Yeah, okay. So this is the first frame you actually see Ike's eyes. I love the effects I did here for his eyeglasses. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Panning a bit. Yeah. Oh wait. Also, okay. So there isn't much sound here except the muted sound of rain, the footsteps, the clothing movement, and then this. Do you guys hear that? I hope you did, cause like I'm not saying what that was until later on, or maybe one of you will figure it out. But I will say it at the end, so like it ties all together. I'll do it one more time just in case you guys didn't hear it, and I'll shut up. Yeah. Okay, so I think I made that alert sound too loud, especially for retracting the noise. But it makes sense. It's an alerting sound, and Mista found something. I hated this background so much. I don't know why I didn't draw it the same way I drew the background outside, but this is like next to the outside backgrounds, this is the most background that I drew. This one took me 3 days to figure out properly. And the only reason I was able to put this up is I was actually we were learning backgrounds in animation class that moment in time. So I was just like, I guess it helped. I don't know. And then yeah. I drew Vox's ass thick here, but you don't see because like again the original canvas for this is bigger. This is a bit more zoomed in so I can pan left to right. I mean, let's give Vox's ass some credit. I'm gonna pull up the Photoshop file for this. I actually had an alternative scene. I just realized I had an alternative scene shot for the one before. one before. Yeah, the one before, which is I really wanted to put it in, but I wasn't really confident in how it was, and I think the one that I chose in the end was better fitting. And this is actually the only scene shot the only shot that was discarded, so this is the only deleted content. Yeah. Which is, I think you can get what I'm pointing at. It's just like them scattering around. In that point of view, like, I guess it makes sense to point this out, but yeah, it's just not doing it for me. I'm glad I kept it though. Maybe I'll be able to use it in some other way. Anyway, Vox's ass. Wait, let me pull it up. Pog. Oh, God. Okay, there. Yeah. You can see I... Okay, at least let me show the background so I'm not as pissy. At least I have something to show for, at least. Because... Ugh. I had a mad hard time doing this. Okay, don't stare at it for too long. It'll fall apart. I promise. Okay. Also... I think one of the reasons why I had such a hard time with this, because there's a reason where everything's placed. Like, the way everything's placed in the living room here has some narrative importance to what I'm planning. If I continue this, I want to, but it's just like a question of more of when I'll have time and when I'll have energy and when this stupid wrist will stop hurting. Yeah, basically, from the placement of the sofa to the random shit that's not the table and the chairs. I'm not saying what it is. Even after the stream, I'm not saying what it is. Figure it out for yourselves, and if you figure it out, good job. If not, good for you. Still, you'll find out once all of this is animated, which will probably be a year or something, because like I don't think I'll be able to wrap up the narrative in the next part, considering how short I made this. Which is fine. We could do a 3-part thing. 3 parts are always the nice way to cut up things narratively, if you analyze how people write things. I mean, obviously there's some exceptions, but I'm not that great of a writer to pull that off properly, okay? So, probably 3 parts. Definitely not 2. Anyways, moving on. This is one of the bigger files, because, like, the backgrounds also had layers. Anyway, don't save. Back to the... Oh, excuse me. I technically just had dinner, and I don't have a water bottle with me, so if I disappear midway into this, it means I went for some water. Okay. There, the bubble. And there it is. Everything becomes animated. Before this, I've never animated fire. I've never animated any special effects, and I think this is the start of me liking doing these kinds of shit. I don't know. Something about animating effects scratches this itch in my brain that I can't normally do with normal animation. It's just it's like doodling, but like controlled doodling. And then it makes things pretty. It's a toddler explanation, but it's the best way I can articulate how I feel about things. I'm sorry. Anyway, okay. I think this is 9 frames as well. Looping 9 frames. And then the token Fox Akuma part. And this. Yeah. I don't know why. Animating this specific part was very satisfying. And even more so when I started putting the sounds on it. The curtain sounds. It's actually 2 sounds put on top of each other. The first one is the generic curtains being drawn sound effects, and then I put on a clothing foley on top of it to dampen the sharp sound of, the rings of the curtain like moving across the rod. Yeah, I found it too sharp for my taste, so I was just like, instead of EQing it down, I dampened it with another more cloth centric sound. Yeah. And yeah, the shoe. And I forgot to mention, yeah, the fireplace sound replaced the yeah, if you notice, the rain and the howling sound is no longer here. It's replaced completely by the fireplace. It's because I wanted to like show that not only that they closed the door, it's they kind of settled in and maybe some time passed because you know some of them are chilling in the sofa and shit, and then this one. I had a lot of stuff to say about this because like I shared this with my friends and then there's some memes born out of this, but like I'm gonna keep it to myself for now. But like every time I see this part, I'm conflicted with sharing how genius I think this is and sharing the memeified version that everyone did with it. I'm sorry. But yeah. See, even here, Ike's eyes is not shown. I did blur Luca to momentarily show that it's focused on him, and then next to Luca, like next the focus will be on Luca, like this. It's like something cinematic. I guess this is why people. I saw a lot of comments on YouTube that says that this had a cinematic feel, and I'm really glad that it is because like I think that was my intention. I used a lot of filming techniques here. Fire crotch! No! Yes! Yes, this is the fire crotch. I use a lot of filming techniques in here, which is like, it's okay, because like, a lot of animation techniques derive from filming techniques as well. It's just adapted to a different medium and like different software, yada yada. Yeah. I was really having trouble at first because like I didn't storyboard this. I just wrote vague weird shit in my notes on what I wanted to look like. Literally I just said I wanted a shot with individual shots of everyone, but I felt like on paper I was just like, yeah, individual shots of everyone so we can, you know, quote unquote introduce them even though we already know who they are and like we've seen them beforehand. But like when I was doing this, I was just like, I think that's gonna eat up too much time, so I had to get creative. So like I did the pair and then Shu doing his thing, and then I was hold on. Wait. People need to learn how to knock, and I think wait shit. Okay, hello. Is that mic okay? I accidentally fucked up my mic settings because I can't mute directly on OBS. Because my shit's fucked. Um. Anyway, people should learn how to knock. Uh, this shot wasn't intended how it meant to be. It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Mista and then Vox and then Shu and then Ike and then Luca. The only paired confirmed thing in my head beforehand was was Vox and Mista, and I wasn't really sure how I was gonna do Ike since yeah since I was planning on you know, I was planning to make it vague for Ike, you know, with the glasses and shit, and like if I do a close up of him with his eyes not focused, and it might seem sussy to the viewer, because the only reason I can pull off the glasses glare thing, it's because a lot of the times the camera is not focused on him. Remember the last time I focused on him, yeah, this one is his eyes are seen because the camera is close enough to see them even through the glare of the glasses. I know how glasses work. I wear glasses all the time. Yeah, anyway. So I don't know, by some grace of God, I was able to make this. Make it work. And it's actually the perfect like length for me. At least for me, because I know that if I extended this scene further, it would like probably slow down the pacing, which I'm terribly bad at. I still think this whole thing had pacing issues, but I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that because it's the first time I've ever did something this long, and the first time I've animated something well, question mark, or like with all my with with my all in a very long time. The last time I did something like this was for school, which was like 4 years ago. Yeah. And obviously it's unfair to like judge myself by the standards I have when there's obviously some progress there, and it's like why would you bring yourself down when you've come so far? I'm willing to let it go. Um and yeah, I can just improve on the next one, learn from the mistakes here, and then just fix it on the next part. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Okay. I really love that transition. I had that in my head once I drew that, but like when I actually started editing it on After Effects, I was like, holy shit, that's nice. And then here, he has his tattoo, but like on the past frames, he didn't. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I even forgot the necklace, but that's fair. This one had a lot of frames in it. I believe it's like 13 or 14. Cause like it's the same vein as Mista's head turn from down to up, but this one is from left to right. And it had that same leading action again, the thing that I compared with the punch, which is okay. I'll let you watch and then I'll pull up the PSD file. Yeah, the head turn. I was never good at doing head turns, but I guess doing a lot of turnarounds in the past year for animation and a couple of character design work really did something to me. The good type of doing something to me, I suppose. Wait. 10, 11. Okay, I found it. Oh shit. Open up. FBI. Uh, I hate that we're gonna call that the fire crotch frame now. God. Okay, here it is. And oh wait, is it showing on OBS? Yee. Okay. Um, there's 14 frames. Okay. Yeah, it starts with this one with him. This is the part where he's like kind of blurred, and then he blinks his eyes. I raised the shoulders up a bit so it's not too stiff. I think I moved the hair as well. Yeah, I moved the hair. Yeah. And then a really quick turn. And then he hears something, and then I think he blinks again. Yeah, he blinks again. I had a completely different direction for this. Like the idea is there, like he hears something, he turns a different direct he turns or some he hears something, and his action will show that before he talks. What I had planned is like he hears something, right? He's supposed to turn to another direction instead of staying here, but I was just like, I'm not doing that. Oh my god. So I just made him blink and then change his expression, and then mouth shapes as well. Basically that's it. And then the fire is moving in the background, just to add a little bit of, so it doesn't get stale, basically. And because I already animated the fire, it wouldn't make sense to just not do it. I can just copy paste the frames. Yeah. Okay, back to the video. Oh, I did some clothing foley here as well. I didn't have to, but I did have a foley. I did have a bunch of clothing foley, and I was just like, might as well use it, you know. There. Yeah. And then this funny bit. I could have cut that better, but it's fine. Okay. And And then a lot of people commented on the facial expressions as well, which is I'm really proud of that. It's something I struggled for the longest time. Like in my early stages of art, I had the dead face problem, and I'm glad that this type of art, like as an animation, has has let me fix that and like show that I can draw things that are not dead face. Yeah. It's like the second thing most mentioned in the comments besides the cinematic thing and like what else did they mention? Yeah, they mentioned a lot of them mentioned how cinematic it is, and then the other half is just everyone's so like their faces are so expressive, and I'm just like, oh, that makes me so happy. I wish I could make the gestures a bit more expressive as well, but that requires more drawing. So I could only do things like this. Yeah. Clothing foley. Starting from shoes, I started uh, putting the eye layers and the mouth layers on different layers. Like before, they were all just one singular thing that all changes at the same time. But I realized since this is getting a bit more dialogue heavy, that maybe I could lip sync it to like I can not only so I can match the dialogue, but also it could be like a good marker for how long the scene or like the shot should stay there. Yeah, a bit of gestures from Luca with shoulder thingy and from Shu. I like this part, not only because it's the one in recent memory. I did it this week, or rather last week. Yeah, it's in the span of from last week Sunday to this week's Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, the flinching and he had like he's gonna have like three sets of eyes here and like a bunch of mouth sets. I wish I did the breathing as well, which is basically just raising shoulders and stuff, but like I decided against it. Cause like a lot of my nitpicks here are just me not me having the idea beforehand and then me not doing it because of either lack of time or like I'm not skilled enough or like I'm not confident enough to pull it off with my skill level. There were a lot of planned head turns here, not just that Luca part, but I just held against it because I'm not very confident in my skill to pull that off. The only reason the Luca thing got pulled off was because his head turn was fast, so the middle frame there only needed to be one middle frame to make it look fast. But the other ones I've planned were slow, so I had to draw more frames and different angles. I think that would have just straight up killed me. Okay. Yeah. I like this transition, and I don't know if a lot of people notice this, but the water droplets here move. Like, look at it. There. Y'all see it? It like drippity dripped. Yeah. This one had a lot of layers too. Mostly it's because of the window thing. I couldn't merge them all because like the color modes change when you merge them, and the only way for them to merge and not change their appearance is to merge it with the base layer, which I can't because it's gonna be animated and I needed to blur certain things out for the cinematic effect, like the focal blur. With the focal blur from shoe to the from the water droplets. Like yeah, see here the difference? It's from shoe and then it goes focus to here. Yep. I should have made this seed last a bit more. That's one of my biggest pacing issues. I believe I remember making it longer, but I accidentally made it too long, so I cut it and it ended up the way it was before, which was too short. My dummy ass. And then here. Oh yeah, I wait. I'm gonna comment on the sound again. I don't know if anyone noticed again. So like I remember me saying I completely cut out the rain and the wind effects, as opposed to earlier when the door was open and they were just exploring, and replaced it with a crackling fire. When it came to the window shot here, further down, um, the rain comes back basically, but I removed the wind because it's a bit closer to the house now. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it just makes sense to remove the wind. You know, I don't know how to say. Yeah, rain. And then yeah, the crackling fire is still there if you listen close enough. It's just EQ'd in a way so it would sound like you're hearing it through a glass pane. And I think it got drowned out by the rain, but like it's still there if you listen close enough. And then yeah, the heartbeat. It was so hard to time the tapping, by the way. And it was also hard to find like a proper tapping foley, cuz like a lot of the tapping sounds were like on hard surfaces, which wasn't the case cuz should I say this? Because it's kind of. I don't know. You should know it at this point since I already said that Ike is the killer. This is Ike's hand. And the reason why I regret not putting fishnet gloves is because this scene, this shot was unplanned. I wasn't planning to do a close up hand shot. If I did, I would have used the fishnet gloves. Oh, you know how mad that makes me? I fucking love hands. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the tapping, a lot of the Foley noises I heard were like on hard surfaces, like table, and his hand is on a chair, and I think I wasn't completely able to fix that problem because all I did was like I found the closest thing I could hear to what I wanted it to sound like, but it wasn't as close enough, so I just tweaked the EQ a bit more to get it a little more closer to where I want it to be, but it's still not where I want it to be. But it's fine. I guess it's not it's I shouldn't make a big deal out of it. I'm just nitpicking. No. I really love this idea though. I don't remember where this came from. This wasn't in the original script. A lot has deviated at this point in the script, by the way. Like I think I only followed the script uh I followed the script up until this point, and even at this point, the dialogue became different already. I just followed the outline of the plot until here, and then everything changed after the fire thing. They're supposed to be talking here in the original script. I don't know. I just deviated. This part is kind of true. Like, did you guys hear that? But like they were supposed to be talking beforehand, and then this part is just completely different. And the window part, uh Shu Luca leaving was part of the original script, and then Shu wanting to come with him was also in the original script. It follows the outline there, but the script is vastly different. And then the shot as well, where like the door just closes but the camera is focused on Shu. That wasn't there. That was supposed to follow them, but like it's too much shots for me. I just make do with what I want. Yeah, this was supposed to be a back and forth shot between Shu and Luca, but I was just like, yeah. Yeah, the window shot didn't exist before. This didn't exist before. The okay, spoiling. Yeah, I wasn't. I think I remember now where the tapping scene came from. I wanted to show that there was a passage of time between Luca leaving. So like I signified that with a fade to black and then tapping, cause like that's how you. I don't know why, cause it's like it sounds like a, the ticking of a clock. I guess in my brain. I don't know. I wish that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. So like And then the heartbeat wasn't originally there. That's a last minute addition that I thought would sound nice. I don't know if it added anything, and I was just like, it's horror, it would make sense, and I was just like, okay, whatever. I put it there. I wanted it to time with the taps, but the heartbeat started sounding too erratic to be a heartbeat. So I was just like, I matched some of the beats, but like not all of them. I personally I would add one more tap before the last one. I love this shot so much. Like the last one, like look at this, and then, bam. I fucking love it. How it's all timed and how I planned it. Oh, so basically, I'm gonna break that down. It's basically just um, the hand, and then on the last tap, it zooms in on the finger doing the tapping. That is synced with the heartbeat, the tap, and then it flicks real fast. As in, it doesn't even flick. It cuts. It cuts through the close up of the fireplace going out with the sound as well. That took a lot for me. Like not really physically or like skill wise. It's just it took a lot of brain cell power to me for me to just like think of that I was just like I would match up all of those, and then like after this, by the way, the heartbeat cuts out. Like it is supposed it cuts out. It doesn't cut out mid beat. It cuts out, it cuts out because it's like the way the heartbeat worked was like a 2 by 2, like tug tug. Oh wait, that's the mic. Like tug 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 tug. It's like it comes by two. So like when it cut out the second half of the beat. That's why like everything's abrupt. Everything from the tap to the fire and to the heartbeat. Like, and then I added a bit of reverb, so the silence is emphasized because it echoes. B B capital B bless audio my audio lessons. I fucking love it. Again, yeah. I learned this kind of techniques. I don't know if there's a specific type of term again, because like most of my filming knowledge is more of hands-on than actually taking lessons. Like I said, like most of my shit are. I never took classes for any of it except animation, which I barely learned anything new anyway. Everything I learned new, I learned it from YouTube and like just fucking around. Um, that I call that like it's a hang. Yeah, a hang. Basically, it leaves you hanging. Get it? Um, it's a technique that I usually use for trailer esque most of things. The timing with the heartbeat especially, because like when trailer music is more of a beaty strings that like extend for a while and then it cuts out to add for suspense. I think that's where I got that from. And then the timing and the type of cut is really good for that kind of stuff as well. And so I was just like, everything I have, I mean everything that I need to pull that off was already drawn. I could literally just pull it off, and I did, basically. Okay. Yeah. um I actually had a hard time finding the proper foley for the fire getting blown out. I was legitimately considering blowing into the mic. Yeah, but like thankfully I found one, and it just needed a little tweak with the EQ to make it sound like it's from a big fire, not from a small candle. Yeah. And then fade to dark. Yeah, can we see that one more time? I really like it. Yeah. Okay, and then for here, we're going to focus more on the audio because there's nothing there. Okay, that one was supposed to be a clothing movement, but it could also be interpreted as a chair movement, if you know what I mean. And then you hear that jingling sound again, the one that I told you to listen earlier when we were at like the shot where the gate was open and Ike had his hand on his chin. Do you remember that sound? That sound was only made by him. And it's from his glasses. The chain that's on his glasses. And I thought, this wasn't planned, by the way. I'm just so happy that I decided to incorporate the glass chains on the reference that I made, because that was what I was following. Uh I was just like, hmm, this would sound nice. And then when the time came for this planned thing that was when the lights were out, I was just like, it's kind of boring to have just like the dialogue. And since while I'm doing the foley anyway, let's just pull all the stops. So I did, and I was just like, wait, I have this thing that I used for Ike. What if? And then yeah, and it's just like now you know who's moving. Like Shu is talking, but he's not the one doing the moving. You hear that, and then there's footsteps, and then okay, that sound. I guess it's hard to determine what that sound was without context, but like after the sound right after it will give it context. But for now, it's something ceramic being moved. Yeah. And there's only one ceramic thing in the room, and you know where it's placed, and you know where Ike sat. So I don't know. I feel like a smart cookie right now. It feels like I did something clever, but like I don't know how clever how subtle or clever that really is. I don't know. I just wanted to try my hand at visual storytelling, and I guess audio because it concerns the foley and shit. Oh wait, shit. I was like, where did the sound go? I forgot only one of my earphones work. Okay, so that one, and then there's the sound of Ike's jingling, eyeglasses chain again, and then before that, and then this whole thing, the one where it shines, it's all one shot. The only thing that moved or like that gave the semblance of movement to it was the eyeglasses shine. Um, I did a smear animation, which is just 3 frames, and then everything else that fucking hell, it's so noisy. The only thing that gave it the semblance of drastic movement was camera movement. Basically, I just put a shit ton of Gaussian blur and motion blur for it. Like it went from zoom out to zoom in to make it look like he's lunging at you. And at this point, you know it's Ike, but like yeah, at this point, everyone should know it's Ike, unless you're a viewer that didn't know beforehand. Oh my god, the neighbor's dogs are going ham. Um, but basically, yeah, you can see this one's blurred because it's Gaussian blurred. I like the eyeglass shade. It's like symbolic of villains with glasses. Okay, and then the flash of light was supposed to be lightning, but I wasn't sure if that got across, or it's more of like someone blinked and then they saw something. It works either way, honestly, but like the way I intended it was lightning, since you know it was like doing lightning earlier. Uh, let's see. Since everyone's here anyway, I wouldn't mind showing the fucking hell. Yeah, I wouldn't mind showing the unfiltered frame of it, as in like the drawing of it. Let me pick up the PSD file. There we go. Mhm. Oh, where is the? Yeah, this is yeah, yeah. It's basically this. It's not 3 frames. I apologize. I thought it was. Yeah, there. It's just a really fast whoosh, and then I really like how I drew this. This was really quick. And then the eyeglasses shine, which is the one that has four. One, 2, and wait, check. 1, 2, and then 3. Fuck, and then 4. And then there was supposed to be like an additional glint in there, like you know in the effects for anything that usually glints in the dark. So like after this initial glint, there was supposed to be this, like the thing like that, but it ruined the pace a little too much, so I decided to scrap it because like yeah, it would add something, but removing it wouldn't really remove anything. So I just yeet. I really like the lighting I did. It's so I feel so smart. And yes, I said I wouldn't say anything, but like if you wanted to know what the fuck he's holding a lamp. You can refer to the background to that and based on where he was sitting. But don't worry, that's not the only thing you need to look at the background to see. You can go back and look at that, but I'm not showing it again. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, okay. Another audio thing is right after the broken sound thingy, you hear an impact sound, which should I say it outright? Yeah, it's a body impact sound. Someone fell. You know where that broken sound thingy hit. I think you can get it from there. But who, you ask? Well, you can figure that out, or you can find out in the next installment whenever that will be out. I'm sorry if I'm like sounding like I'm everywhere. I'm shaking my head so hard. I don't know. But yeah, that's it actually. Yeah, I did some sounds for the end too, like here. It's like a typewriter. And then yeah, writing sounds. Yeah. That's it. I don't really have anything else to show. Yeah. For future plans, I want to start again because like I don't want to lose my momentum. But I'm quote unquote resting. And I have maybe I'll clear out some of my comms first, and then I'll do a rough scripting or storyboard. Both should be both, but I'm like I don't know. I can't commit. I want to commit, but it's just like I have to cut corners to do that. It's hard to work with me. It's hard to work with my brain. Oops, that was my cat. But yeah. And don't worry about it. You guys will find out if I'm working on it based on how talkative I am on Twitter. You'll see some whips. Oh, that's for sure. You know how fucking noisy I am sometimes. I can't keep it to myself. And I guess if you liked actually not guess. I've been wanting to post some of the still frames, which I kind of already have, but like you know, like some of the still frames I still haven't posted. Maybe I'll put it in Kofi and then let everyone know that I have a Kofi again. Which I do, by the way. It's there at the about corner if you want to check it out. Down there. Anyway, yeah. God, I really want to make it longer next time. I thought this would be actually quite like long, like as in 2 minutes without the intro disclaimer and the ending stuff, but it's only 2 minutes because of that, because that those segments are long as well. I really want to make it longer, honestly. I thought it would be long, but based on the amount of work I've done, but I'm a disillusioned artist. Well, anyway, good work. Thank you, Yuki. I had so much fun doing this. I don't think I've ever complained like mentally or to anyone or even publicly, because like I have this habit of like complaining, but like I still like doing anyway. But I don't think I ever complained while working on this. I just genuinely loved every single part of it, from the conceptualization, writing, to the foley and yeah, shit. Okay, maybe there's one thing I could complain about, and it's fucking After Effects whining about me putting a shit ton of blur everywhere. It's just like it's throwing a tantrum because of fucking blur. I'm like, bitch, you've done better than that. Can you not? But yeah, that's less of a me problem and more of my laptop problem. So we can always find ways around that. And okay, maybe I could show the Premiere file. I don't think I've shown my Premiere to anyone, and like I really want to show the After Effects file, but like loading that, yeah, it's really a bad idea. I don't think I can. Um, the Premiere file is to mostly show how the Foley and the sound effects happened. I'll show it briefly. Hold on. Let me just close VLC and stuff to prepare. I don't know. I just know that Premiere is lighter. Basically to the uninitiated, Premiere is a video editing software. It's similar to After Effects, but it's more on the aspect of video editing rather than motion graphics and animation, which is After Effects' job. So basically, if you just need that, you can just pull Premiere, for like lighter work on your PC or laptop. This is where I all started when I said I can animate because I know Premiere, and basically forced myself to do After Effects because you can't do you can only like Premiere is good and all, and like you could pull a lot of the stuff you can do in After Effects. It just After Effects makes it easier to pull off that kind of stuff because it's better equipped to do that. This one is for more from like film and stuff, like putting footages together. This is where I make my clips, by the way, because it's just like I can't be bothered to put too much effort into my clips enough for me to pull After Effects. Yeah, it's loading all right. It's a hefty project, mostly audio, because like a lot of the visual stuff already happened in After Effects, which is basically what I did is I rendered the video on After Effects and then did the audio stuff here on oh, this is where I cut the preview thing. Oops. Yeah, basically I rendered the video in After Effects, and once I rendered it, I plopped it on Premiere to where I did the audio stuff. Okay, let me just okay, there. That's how much the green. Oh wait, I'm not showing my screen. I'm dumb. Okay. Let me just switch it up. Oh my. Let me just Photoshop. Okay, here. There you go. Hey, this is what Premiere looks like. I've been telling everyone what Premiere looks like, and then it didn't even pull the screen. Okay. So yeah, Premiere, and the green layers are the audio files, and everything that's in purple or pink is a visual file. If it's pink, it's probably a text layer. And basically, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 layers of audio. The long ones are probably rain, wind, or fire crackles, and the short ones are like the Foley and the random and shit. But yeah. Yeah. There's not much to show. I just wanted to show everyone where I worked. Yeah. Yeah, and also, I think it's I think After Effects is a bit more organized. You can't put, or can you? I actually don't know. I was gonna say you can't put layers. No, not layers. Folders in here, but I'm actually not sure. Maybe it's just my version, or maybe I'm just stupid and I don't know. Can you? I think you can group them, but like you can't group them the way you group them in After Effects. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I have to show. It's 10 p.m. now, and I think I have shit to do. So, thank you for coming, everyone. If you haven't, you can give my give the Luxiem Horror AU a like and a comment. I'm still astounded by the amount of love and attention it's received. I wasn't expecting it. Uh, Actually, I said to myself that, like, I know I said I didn't complain and I had a lot of fun with it, but I was tired. That was tiring to do all by yourself. And like no one's checking, like no one's checking up on it. Like you know how like when you're working on a school thing or like when you're working, there's a supervisor that's always there to check up on you and your work. But for me, it's just me having to check up on me, which is bad because I usually don't do that, and sometimes I'll just wake up to jolt like I haven't worked on this that, and if that sense doesn't kick in time, I'll be just like chilling and forgetting about it. So yeah. Um because of that, I said to myself that oh I'll only work on the second, like even though I had fun with it, I'll only work on the second part if at least one of the Luxiem boys see it. That's what I told myself, but like the amount of love and like praise everyone has given me kind of gave me like new gas to like, oh heck yeah, okay, I'll continue this regardless if they see it or not. You know. Yeah, I just need a bit of rest. God, whatever rest means. Oh God. Yeah. Um, I'll be going now. This time I'll be sure to release a schedule and stick by it. I'm not gonna be a dum dum anymore. Okay. Good night. Have a great or good day. I hope you have a great one, everyone. Bye bye.